Welcome, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. This is Ghost Warrior 38, and today I'm going to be talking about another comic video. Today I'm going to be discussing the group of aviation pilots, the Blackhawks. Blackhawk made his first appearance in Military Comics, issue number 1. This was a anthology book that had multiple different stories. His was the first story, and due to its popularity and success, he spawned his own comic book titled, of course, Blackhawks. It started in the 40s and went up well until 1984, and during the 40s, of course, they had a 15-chapter serial starring Kirk Allen, who had also played the superhero Superman, and 2 of DC's own serials. And then, in 1988, Howard Chaykin, who would eventually tackle the character of the Shadow, made a 3-issue mini-series, which I will show you here in a sec. Howard Chaykin then wrote a 3-issue miniseries, which you can see here in front of you, which brought the Blackhawks out from World War II, which is talked about a little bit in the first issue, to the 50s during the end of World War II and the start of the Cold War, because during this run there's references to Stalin with communism, former Nazis, and just the fallout from World War II. This series changed a bit and gave some more character depth to Blackhawk. This series is well known for actually giving Blackhawk a name, because before that he was just known as Blackhawk, and it expands a bit more on his crew. He has a love interest. We also meet Lady Blackhawk. The blonde girl in issue 3 is also another one. He's not so much a womanizer, but he has, or can have, different love interests over the course of the series. This series was widely, I don't know how successful it is. It was at the time, like how much it sold, but it was popular enough for that next year to launch another series, which I will show you here in a sec as well. The success of Chaykin's Blackhawk series then ran a 16-issue Blackhawk series that started in the late 80s and went until the 90s. I'm going to have to go back and reread a bit of the Chaykin Blackhawk run. I believe some of what happened in that series carries over into this one. Although for the life of me, I do not remember how Lady Blackhawk, which was Natalie Reed, and she is shown in the Chaykin series, how she ends up with an eye patch. I'll have to go back and reread that, because in the annual, there is a list of character bios in that story, or of the characters in the story. There was a special that was released a little bit after that, which saw Blackhawk go through the 60s and into the 70s, because apparently he was wanted for in connection to President Kennedy's death, which was quite obviously a tragic event. I will show you here the rest of the issues here in a sec. For here we have issue 2, issue number 3, and issue number 4, 5, 6, 7. This one was a fun issue because this includes a reprint of the original story from Military Comics at the very end. 8, 9. Whoop, okay, never mind. 10, 11, into the 50s, 12, 13, 14, 15, and the last issue, number 16. And with that would bring you towards the end of this video. If you've read either of these series or read part of the original run, which carried through the 70s and 80s, please feel free to let me know. Of course, the Blackhawks also made animated appearances as well, especially in the Justice League cartoon, The Savage Time. We see Blackhawk in parts 2 and 3, and they appeared as a memorial statue, and we see one of the Blackhawks, Chuck Sirianni, which was introduced in Chaykin's Blackhawk series. In the Justice League Unlimited episode, I believe it was the one I Am Legion. And we also see a World War II statue at the very end of Blackhawk and the other pilots. Sirianni was sadly the only one who was still alive at that point. We also see them as a little bit of a cameo appearance in the animated film Justice League: The New Frontier, and I believe they also appear in that comic book as well. It was an excellent comic by Darwin Cook. Highly recommend reading that one if you haven't had a chance to do so. But until next time, I will see you all again with another video. So take care, and goodbye for now.